All right, folks, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, they have raised their prices. How much, Dad?
48.6% over the last 5 years, and inflation has only gone up 21.6%.
21.45% on the inflation gauge over the last 5 years. So we're here at our local CDJR dealership. This is a different one than last time, so I don't think they have addendum stickers on their vehicles. That being said, we're going to explain. We're going to head to the Subaru dealership next, because Subaru actually has the lowest price increases over the past 5 years at
25.14%.
He's spot on the money. So you've got Subaru with the smallest price increase. You've got Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, which is Stellantis with the highest price increase. Somewhere in between, you've got Ford at about 41%, Hyundai and Kia at about 45%. Nissan was the other one at 25%. Let's do a quick comparison of the inventory levels over at Subaru and the price points at Subaru compared to the inventory levels here at CDJR and the price points at CDJR.
Yes, and you know, it's pouring outside, folks, but that doesn't stop us from doing whatever we can to help you.
Yeah, I mean, well, honestly, Dad, I don't think a lot of people realize that like a Jeep Grand Cherokee went up in MSRP 50% in 5 years. Like, most people don't know that. I didn't know that till we run the numbers.
Yes.
Versus the Subaru dealership where we're going to go in a minute, they probably have cars that have only gone up 20%. Yes. That's a huge difference.
Well, that's the difference between affordable and unaffordable.
All right, let's look at a few examples. We'll pull them up on the phone. Some vehicles that are in stock over there. Okay, so we're getting ready. We're looking at the inventory at this dealership, comparing it to the Subaru dealership up the street. Dad, the first thing I noticed, we've got 2024 new vehicles at the Subaru dealership. We haven't even gone yet, but 2024. Let me flip over to what's here at the CDJR dealership.
Lucky for us.
2022s.
Brand new though, brand new, never titled, never driven.
All right, so we've got, let's take a peek at some of this data, Dad. The seller price here is $60,000 is the advertised price.
Yes.
For this Grand Cherokee 4xe.
Yes.
What do you think? You got a guess for days supply?
80.
80. This is a Jeep,
by
Dad.
100 days.
180 days supply of this vehicle. Dad, Jeep Grand Cherokees 5 years ago, again, this is a 2022, so I think it speaks volumes to what inventory they actually do have here. They are so backed up with old new cars.
Yes.
But Jeep Grand Cherokees 5 years ago would have been maybe a $40,000 MSRP?
45, maybe.
All right, Pops, CarEdge.com/report. Why am I going there?
Because this is the tool that truly levels the playing field between you and the dealer. It almost puts you in total control.
All right, Pops, so let's look at some of the Wranglers they've got here. We're on the dealer website, which is always fun. We've got Michelle here. Let me get rid of her. We've got...
Definitely wants to help us, even though she's not in the office today.
Dang it, man. There's so many freaking... Dude, these dealer websites... Okay. What do you think the price is for a new 2023 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 4xe, the plug-in hybrid? Remember, Jeep's average transaction price is up 50%, 48% in the past 5 years. What do you think?
Well, 60 grand?
60 grand?
Yeah.
He's going for 60 grand. Drum roll, please. $75,664. Now there are over $10,000 in factory incentives.
Plus, there's like 11,500 factory rebates and special incentives, and we don't even know what we could work the dealer for. So maybe you could get it for 60.
Let's talk about this though, Dad.
Yes.
Jeep's strategy has been, and this goes across the entire Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram brands. Their strategy has been, we're going to raise MSRPs.
And they have.
By 48%. And then they are going to have slasher sales events like you used to do back in the day. $10,500 in what they have on their website advertises factory rebates. What percentage is that? What is 10,000 to 75,000?
It's about 14%.
Think about that for a second, guys. Because we're going to go to the Subaru dealership next.
Yes.
Where the prices seem reasonable. Like if I had to buy a car right now, I'd be looking at Subaru and Mazda. The prices seem reasonable.
Well, because they've done their best to keep their MSRPs reasonable and affordable.
And Nissan as well. But let this sink in. We've got a vehicle who's appreciated in average transaction price 50%, to then have the manufacturer give back 14.5%.
Yes.
It's an interesting strategy.
It is. One wonders if it works. I wonder how many days supply of these vehicles there are. And I would imagine it's astronomical.
All right, we'll take a look at that next. It's also worth bearing in mind Jeep sales have declined.
Yes.
So maybe it's not working.
So far.
All right, Dad, you asked for it. What do you think the day's supply is for this type of Wrangler Rubicon 4xe in this area? There's a 115-day supply just here in the Atlantic City, New Jersey area.
And what the manufacturers would really hope for is about a 60-day supply. So it's almost double a day's supply that they would want as the manufacturer and as the dealer.
We're going to head over to Subaru in just a second, but I want your take on this, Dad. You ran dealerships for a long, long time. Do you think that Stellantis is making a strategic mistake? And honestly, I want to put Hyundai, Kia, and Ford up there too, because all of those brands, Dad, over 40% increase in MSRPs in the past 5 years. And then you've got Subaru, you've got Nissan at 25%. And they actually have inventory on their lots. Remember, we had another video. The Rogues were, what were they doing?
Breeding like rabbits, ladies and gentlemen. I think it is a strategic mistake that, time will tell, but I think ultimately those brands that went a little crazy will end up losing some market share.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, Dad. I think you're absolutely right. And the brands that come back with entry-level options. Like, again, we're here at the Stellantis dealership.
Yes.
And they're not entry-level options. They're loaded up options.
Well, they're entry level if you're upscale.
Let's go head over to the Subaru dealership.
You got it. So here we are at our local Subaru dealer in Pleasantville, New Jersey, and just taking a look at some of the Subarus. And as you know, Subarus, their MSRPs in relation to inflation have gone up the least of every major car brand out there. Here's a Crosstrek that we found, fully loaded with the moonroof, Harman Kardon, everything for $35,311. Now this dealership, on every one of their cars, they have $500 worth of stuff that they add. The stuff being severe weather kit, scuff guards, wheel locks, and roadside, $500 worth of stuff that they add. So there's no market adjustments. You actually get something. I'm not saying you're not overpaying for those items, but you actually get something for it.
Pops, let's talk about this for Pops, let's talk about this for a quick second.
Yes.
We were just over at the CDJR dealership. Not only are there occasionally market adjustments, go watch our other video about that. The MSRPs on those vehicles are through the roof. Like you said, Subaru, these as an organization, as an automaker, have the lowest increase of price over the past 5 years of any other automaker. And then, like you said, there's not market adjustments or crap like that. And you can get deals on Subarus, below MSRP deals on most vehicles.
And here we are at the dealership, and it's not like they're overrun with inventory. They don't have a lot of inventory, but they're not trying to overcharge for the inventory that they have.
Let's do this. Let me do a quick panoramic step, because again, over at the CDJR dealership, there's cars everywhere. Here you are, folks. Again, it's not like there are cars everywhere. We got a brand new Outback. This literally came in today or yesterday, because on our website, it still shows as in transit, even though it's obviously, we can touch it and feel it. This is obviously one of the higher trim levels. It's about a $43,000 Outback. But even just saying that, Dad, go compare it to a Jeep Grand Cherokee or something like that. It's a value.
Or even a Hyundai Tucson.
Because those had markups last time we were over at the Hyundai Kia dealer.
So, yeah, Subaru just seems at the moment to represent a much more fair value. And it's really represented in how much equipment they include in their vehicles and how they've kept the MSRPs down over the last 5 years in comparison to the other major brands.
All right, now get me real quick, Pops. I got the market days supply data. You got the phone in the picture? This is the Subaru Crosstrek we were just looking at. They've had it.
Picture.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you, Dad.
You and phone.
Dad. They've had it for a little over a month now. And look at the market days supply. There's not many of them available. 145 for sale in this area, 182 have sold. Go over to the Outback. It's got that $43,000 price point. They've been advertising it for a month. We know it just came in yesterday. 60-day supply. So again, there's not a ton of these vehicles for sale. The rain is coming down. Let's get out of this rain. Okay. Subaru.
Yeah.
You're looking for something reasonable.
And what we need is the all-weather package right now.